You read the title. I will be doing a Battle for Dream Island contestant vote hypothetical situation. I'm not going to make this a long intro. Let's just get into it. So, starting off with episode 1A and 1B. They would play out in normal, but at the end of the episode, the announcer would take the squashy grapes to the elimination area. They would then cast their votes for who they would like to vote out, and this is how the votes would look. Leafy, Ice Cube, Teardrop, Needle, Coiny, Tennis Ball, Golf Ball, and Rocky would all receive 0 votes each. Snowball would receive 3 votes from Tennis Ball, Golf Ball, and Flower. Tennis Ball and Golf Ball voting for him since they find him to be stupid and annoying, and Flower voting for him since he wouldn't beat people up for her. Flower would be eliminated with 7 votes since all the contestants would find her mean and very annoying. So with that, Flower would be the first person out in this hypothetical situation. In episode 2, Needle would be the one to complete the obstacle course with Teardrop and would win the win token. And because of Fiery's inability to fill up the water thing, the squishy cherries would be up for elimination. Bubble, Match, Pen, Fiery, Eraser, and Blocky would all receive 0 votes each. Pin and Pencil would receive 1. Pin would get voted by Woody for barfing on him. And Spongy would get one, and Pencil would get one from Spongy, since Spongy doesn't like Pencil. With that, Spongy and Woody would be the final 2. Spongy would be safe with 3 votes from Pencil, Bubble, and Match, and Woody would be eliminated by the votes of everybody else. In episode 3, Golf Ball would get the win token for having the highest score on her test, and the squishy chairs would be up for elimination again. The votes would play out as Pencil, Bubble, Match, Pen, Fiery, Eraser, and Spongy all getting 0 votes. It would be down between Pin and Blocky, and Pin would be safe with 3 votes coming from Pen, Eraser, and Blocky. Blocky would be eliminated with 6 from everybody else since he cheated on the test and got 0, making his team lose. Guess that's what he gets for cheating. In episode 4, Pin would get the win token for making her amazing flour cake, but her team would still be up for elimination. Although, she wouldn't get voted. Neither Pencil, Bubble, Pen, Fiery, or Eraser. The final 2 would be down to Match and Spongy. However, they're both tied. Match being voted by Pen, Fiery, Eraser, and Spongy since they all think she's the worst of Free Smart and is afraid by their alliance power and the fact that if they lose one more member, they could probably outvote them if they could convince somebody to vote. Spongy was voted by Pen, Pencil, Bubble, and Match since they all think that he's smelly and ugly. So with that, it's a tiebreaker where they have to break ties, as always in this series. They both struggle ripping their ties in half, but I would imagine Match would set herself on fire to burn herself to a crisp, but also burn her tie, sending Spongy to the TLC. For the next episode, it would be the bridge crossing episode, and the events would play out as the same, but Snowball would get a win token for being able to rip open his team's necktie. With that, the squishy chairs would be up for elimination again. Pen, Fiery, and Eraser would talk with Pin and try to convince her to vote out Match, and by the elimination ceremony, it is very tense. Turns out Free Smart betrayed Pin, and all of them voted for her, and the final 2 is down between Pin and Match. However, turns out Pin actually did vote for Match, and now Match is eliminated with 4 votes. That's Pen, not Match. Anyways, for episode 5, at this point, the The triple teams would be Teardrop, Leafy, and Tennis Ball as Team 1. Ice Cube, Needle, and Coiny is Team 2. Snowball, Golf Ball, and Rocky is Team 3. Pin, Pencil, and Bubble is Team 4. And Pen, Fire, and Eraser is Team 5. The events would play out the same, with Pen, Fire, and Eraser getting first place, and all three of them getting win tokens. And then Coiny, Ice Cube, and Needle would be last. At the elimination, Needle wouldn't use her win token, since she would convince Coiny to vote with her to vote out Ice Cube. Coiny wouldn't get any votes. Ice Cube would vote for Needle, since I would imagine Ice Cube would have called them needy and gotten slapped, and that would be Ice Cube's form as revenge, is voting for Needle. And then Needle and Coiny would vote for Ice Cube, making her the 6th person eliminated. In the final episode I'm going to cover for this part, the puzzle episode, the squashy grapes would be the first ones to get their puzzle done, and we'd get to pick somebody off the squishy grapes. In the original series, they chose Fiery. However, since Pin is still in, and I would imagine since Leafy is kind of the team captain, and while her and Pin are in an alliance, she would pick Pin to join her team. Now with that, the squishy cherries are at 5 members. The squashy grapes are back at 9. It looks like. Yeah, it's 9. And these are our 6 eliminated contestants. Sorry that I haven't been uploading for a while. I have a pretty big video plan coming on soon. But with that out of the way, this is part 1 of this 3-part series for this. I will make one for the other seasons as well, but hey, this was my first one for season 1. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments, if I can figure out how to enable comments in this video. And with that, I'll see you in my next video. See ya, Shadow Squad.